a new cooling and heating system. Plus, take up to $1,500 off and an up to 12-year warranty. Fenwick teams always wear face masks and gloves, and they disinfect tools and surfaces. And, as always, follow CDC guidelines. So call 660-0556 or visit FenwickHomeservices.com.
Frank Frangie here for Big Chief Tire. There are certain things everyone hates doing. Going to the DMV, waiting on the cable repairman, and getting your vehicle serviced. Why? Because nobody has the patience. That's why Big Chief Tire prioritizes your time by getting the job done right the first time. They understand you want a stress-free experience where you don't get upsold on products or services you don't need. Schedule an appointment with Big Chief Tire's team of experts by visiting any of their 4 conveniently located Jacksonville stores or going online to BigChiefService.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
I mean, I'll watch the playoffs, but football season's officially over for me now. Saints have lost.
Is football over for you in general when he makes the announcement?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's, yeah.
I mean, that's like a end of.
He kind of made that announcement last night with the way he played, Drew Brees.
Yeah,
like, that's no way to go out.
Somebody
that's
made this thing. I know it was a lie, but they made it seem like, well, you wouldn't get the reference, but the Captain America thing. But they made it seem like he passed the torch to Jabbo. But I was like, I know that's a lie.
He did. He said, "This is your team."
I don't believe that really happened. I think they
think it's just
he whispered something
that
was
way?
just like, that's what. Yeah, I tweeted it, but that's what Bleacher said.
Because somebody else said it.
That's why I said I hope so. I hope he said that, but I know he didn't say that.
Yeah.
That's too good to come. That's too good to be true. It doesn't work out like that for people.
Too good to be true for who?
Jameis.
Jameis done forgot that he said it.
Probably. Because he
like,
didn't believe it.
Huh? What?
Jameis knows that's not happening.
I don't know. I mean, that's the rumor.
Listen,
The rumor is they like him. They love him.
He went out there and threw that strike. Man, it was great. It's great.
He led him perfectly.
He did. It was a great ball.
I like those kind of plays scare me with Jameis. Because anything can happen. He's awkward. He's athletic.
He could have taken off and ran.
Yeah, he could have tried to do something like it. But he he did what he was coached to do. And I was like, you know what? That's maturity. That's the maturity that everybody's been waiting on, Jameis. Don't go out here and try to eat no W's. Don't try to just throw the ball to the guys who catch it. That's what
he didn't get his fair shake with the commentary either because Joe Buck thought it was coming back because of a penalty the whole time. So they were like super underwhelmed by it. They're like, oh, this one. Even the wide receiver, like after he went in the end zone, he was like jogging, like, all right, this is coming back. Well, but it was on the offense.
When we get our boy Javon Wims,
it was a play. It was on the offensive line. The lineman had declared himself eligible, and they thought he wasn't. But that referee didn't know that. But he had declared himself eligible.
Okay, that is what it was. You're right.
We're gonna have our boy Javon Wims in it sometime. I gotta know, like, did that hurt to see that play? Because that was the play that Javon dropped the ball on.
When Javon comes, I am not asking him a thing about that.
No, he's been a little uptight lately.
Really?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, he's swinging on people.
I need to know because Chauncey got swung on again.
Oh, no, that'll be the first question.
Chauncey has a let's be honest. The Gators don't. This ain't me. This is. I've never tried to hit him.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else has tried to hit him. Obviously, he has a punchable face. There are some people on this planet who just have punchable faces.
Let me Google him.
And Chauncey must have a punchable face because everybody wants to punch his face.
And most people get there.
And they have no problem checking his chin. Like, most people, he's a defensive player.
I mean, he doesn't. No, not really. I mean,
maybe it's the way he talks. I don't know
what
it is.
It must be the attitude.
Every time I watch a New Orleans game, somebody is punching Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
His own teammates.
Nobody likes you. Why? What have you done?
Yeah, it's because he changed his name.
Who's the common denominator?
It's the hyphen. It's the male.
Didn't
hyphen.
He used to go by Chauncey, and now he's CJ, and didn't he change his name recently?
I think he added the Johnson too, because I remember when he first got to Florida, it was just Chauncey Gardner.
People don't have time for that, bro.
Yeah, see, when you do that, man, like,
what's funny is when you Google him and go to images, Javon Wims pops up.
Javon Wims is all about laying on of the hands.
Well, we're gonna get to that because Randy Moss, I mean, basically was talking about Javon Wims. I mean, essentially.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're definitely going to get to that.
Do we want to hold that? Or
yeah, I think because it's going to be your 8 o'clock, right?
I mean, I got a few, but yeah, that's definitely one of them.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's been a busy weekend in the football world. Playoff games, really, I mean, not a very good weekend, right? I mean, I worked through most of the games, but
they suck.
What I saw, it wasn't. Yeah.
The Bills game was, or I mean, the Chiefs game was off the chain.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that game was good. The Bills,
I didn't get to see
the Bills Ravens game wasn't good. It was like who's bad, who's the worst.
Yeah. The Rams looked awful.
Well, that's game. Like I'm saying, what do we expect?
No, I know.
You got one quarter. Like
I thought we get more than that.
What was Rosen's injury? Not Rosen. My bad. Why did I say Josh Rosen?
About Walford?
Well, yeah. I thought Walford. So
Walford's was his neck.
Yeah,
Walford's was the neck. But I mean, didn't
Goff had a broken thumb?
Jared Goff come in.
Yeah.
So
he had a broken thumb.
So they're third string quarterback there, and they made it a game.
Aaron Rodgers is so good, man. Aaron Rodgers is.
And the way he distributes the ball, and them not having any kind of offensive weapons really put them in a bad spot.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll save all my hate for Randy. Like, it's time to turn the page, man.
I agree.
At this point, like, dude, like, come on. Like, you're
talking about the former Jag
former Jag players in general, yes, but definitely this one, Jalen. We wanted him to lose. I wanted him to lose earlier too, so that the Jags can get a better draft pick. But I'm not gonna make up some imaginary thing that happens. So I watched the game in spurts, off and on, because my kids wanted to watch other stuff. So I was being a good dad. So I'm seeing Twitter erupt. Like, oh, Jalen's over here being sassy, sensitive. That's why he sucks. He's getting lit up by Devontae Adams, which I said was going to happen. So I'm thinking, okay, I had Devontae Adams all year on fantasy. Mm-hmm. I know what a stat line of Devontae Adams looks like. He can win you a fantasy football game by himself.
Yeah.
But for me to go look at 9 catches for 66 yards and a touchdown, I was very underwhelmed. Mm-hmm. And then when I saw the touchdown that Jalen apparently got abused on,
was that what he got abused on? He got
burnt on one. Well, not burnt. He got beat. I don't think they even threw it to the guy. Did they? He got beat off the line. He got beat off the line.
Yeah,
I know there was some tackles, but the touchdown that he gave, that wasn't his fault. It was supposed anybody who plays man. Yeah. Basically switch. You switch off. The safety, number 33, knew he was supposed to switch. You know why? Because he took a step in that direction, and then he did the worst. He did the worst thing you could possibly do. Nothing.
At the end of the day, it was a great play call.
Phenomenal. We saw Tyreek Hill. They do. Mm-hmm. It's impossible to defend a guy who's like that. It's tough. Not impossible. It's just very difficult unless you can get really good pass rush. That's the only way you can compete against that. But when I'm looking at Jaguar media, like, you realize you're emasculating yourself.
Well,
and you're messing up your football credibility because at first it was Jalen, right? So I'm gonna admit this. Jalen was coming after.
Yeah.
Am I wrong for saying it's been a minute since I've seen Jalen mention anything over this way? I haven't paid attention, but I just haven't seen it
every time somebody leaves. Every time somebody leaves Jacksonville.
But that's been
a while.
That's
just because nobody's done it.
But like I said then, it hasn't stopped this side from continuing to go at him.
Yeah.
Like, dude, he's in the playoffs. It's just like when.
And he's had an amazing year.
Yes, he's considered the best corner. Like, that's not just people who like Jalen thing. That's like everybody in the NFL. Like,
well, but you know how this goes. People.
Like, we got the 25th pick. We got it out of it. Like, let's we got Trevor Lawrence. We got Trevor Lawrence.
I agree. You got Urban, you got Trevor.
Like,
we're talking about starting over. It's time for all of us as a family to start over. And that means no Yannick Ngakoue, no Calais, no Jalen, no Fournette, no their time here is done. We're all moving forward.
All of that was all a part of the big plan in the grand scheme of things to get us a better head coach and a better quarterback.
That's how you're looking at it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's God's plan.
It's God's plan.
God's plan. Drop
because
the note. Yep.
If not, we went 1-15 for not. Like we needed to get rid of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
So stop being mad that if Jalen was here, we'd be 3-13. If Leonard was here, I know people want to say, I get it. Like, and what James Robinson did this year was amazing. I like his potential. And for the value you got for him, you can't beat that.
I like that dude. I got to spend some time with him today.
Cool, and this is not knocking him, but like when you look at his rookie season compared to what Leonard gave you, the difference is Leonard took you on not Leonard, but that team went to the third round of the playoffs. It's the same exact season. Literally, I went back and looked at
the optics of it were way different, bro.
Yeah, one's 1-15 and the other is not. He's out of here.
One did the most with nothing. The other one did a lot with a lot.
That's that staff's fault. They got rid of that.
I got you.
That's not the play. What I'm saying is Leonard's gone. If he was here, we probably wouldn't be.
Look, the reason why everybody hates Jalen so much is because he's so damn good.
I get it.
The people don't hate Leonard like that because Leonard's blind.
Right. I get it. I understand. But I know a lot of the people haven't been through this.
And Jalen's back injury and among other things. They're hurt.
Everybody hasn't been in bad relationships.
Hurt people.
I got it, dude.
That's what people tell me.
That was a bad chick that you had, and she broke your heart.
Right.
But she's moved on. She's in Hollywood with some kind of celebrities probably cheating on her. But she seems happy. Don't look at her Instagram, dog. Stop looking at it.
You have a new blonde.
Like you got a new hot thing right here. It's disrespectful to her.
Right. Agree.
For you to keep looking at this past relationship, man. Just relax.
Just move on.
Just move on. It's all things are working in your favor.
It's time.
It's time. Like that's all I'm saying. Cause like it was a guy who works for us. It was just on my timeline. And he was like, good. I'm so glad Jalen was getting abused because now this is legit because a girl I was on a date with in college, Jalen called her when we was on a date and she told me she had to leave. She upped and bounced. I was like, whoa, why are you mad at Jalen?
Well, he's got more of an argument than.
But what I'm saying is,
some local fan.
He saved you a lifetime of hurt. If he could pick up the phone and call her and get her to leave you while you're on a date, brother.
Well, I know, but that's more personal than just a fan here.
At this point, dog, you got to take that L. Like, you got to take that L and let it go, man.
But I would not be a fan of his.
Like, personally,
I would obviously swallow the L.
I get it.
But I would not be cheering for that guy.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I guess this is me. Personally,
I did the fist bump when he got burnt.
I hate Deion.
Mm-hmm.
I can admit that Deion is the best corner that ever played. Like that's my cup.
Lifetime Enclosure text line makes a point. Says it's funny you guys are using this description for the Jaguars because that's what Jalen did to his old girl.
Listen,
that's fair. That's fair.
Listen, again, his old girl. Again, this is where people got to understand the game. Her brother is Golden Tate.
Mm-hmm.
Golden Tate may have or may not have ruined the marriage that helped the young man get a hot pop star in Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. So I'm just saying, Golden Tate knows the game. She also has this thing. She has 2 children with a multimillionaire.
Yeah.
So she has this thing called child support. Now, Jalen's no longer with that said girl that he left her with allegedly. But hey, that's their business.
That's
going.
Now I agree with Dom. I agree with Dom, and I agree with
yeah. That wasn't a really good analogy.
I agree with Dom, and I agree with JJ. He's like, I take that L, but I'm not letting that go if that happened. I'd retweet every touchdown he gives up. Yeah. I'm with them on that.
I get. You know what? You know why I think you can do that? Because there's not that many.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the. Oh, I'm going to retweet all 4 touchdowns he's given up in his career.
But yeah, you're right. It's time. We got bigger and better things.
And people mostly were making fun of him because of his reaction.
Yeah, he did pitch a fit. That was a great A fit.
But a 16-year-old female, like he always does. I've seen what people were saying.
I've seen DBs react that exact same way when they're like, "You're pissed because that's."
I mean, like we gave the same energy to DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf, when he went off and Jalen was locking him up, we all made fun of him.
What I'm saying is like, but what I got you. I'm not. All I'm saying is, how often do we talk about DK Metcalf?
Well, he wasn't here, but I'm just saying, for that specific play,
it was
we
bad.
started off the next week about it.
I know a bunch of people who I've seen DBs get mad about that all the time. I've ran that play. That's why we run that play, for them to make that bonehead ass mistake.
It was stupid. If you want to be real about it, the X's and O's, when the guy went in motion, they should have checked out a man. And then the angle that Jalen took going over the top of the backers was dumb on his part too.
Now we can argue the semantics of that
kind of stuff.
He might have took that because he figured it's no way in hell I'm going to get that guy. I'm going to switch, so I'm going to put myself in a better position for the inside guy. But I'm all for pick on him. What I'm saying is some of it's just a little too all right. We still look scorned.
I like the way 294 is looking at it. Okay. He's like, we didn't take an L. We got 2 first-round picks. It's like there's no way that we took an L in this. We won this. So
depends on. I like the yes. You know what? That's it. Too. That's my point though. Mm-hmm. Why are we mad? We should be thankful for him. Mm-hmm. Dude, you go out there. Well, we needed him to stink it up for 2 years.
Jason sucks. So
fair.
You might have got 1 first.
Well, he might.
And it's the 20.
Are we already going there?
We're going to run a 3-4.
I'm out on him.
We're going to run a 3-4 with Calavan.
JJ's trade him. Get a 6th round for him.
Actually, no, JJ's right.
I liked how everybody though was the last 5 weeks of the season, oh my God, Chason was so much better.
They saw one person
you look down,
that.
0 stat or sacks.
You know me. I ain't gave him the Taven kiss of death.
No way. But not even close to
but
that.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I kept watching the game and say, oh, Kayvon's here. I'm still trying to figure out what he's gonna. But that's his defense.
Oh, he did get 1 sack.
He got a Jesus love me sack. It kind of fell into he did get that. But it's I'm not mad at him yet because we put him in a position that he's not good at. We drafted him to play defensive end, but he didn't play defensive end. That's the ineptitude of the general manager. Hopefully Herbs will look at him and say, I'm going to make you into something. Outside linebacker, or I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not ready to bust him yet. I'm going to give him next year.
Now, hopefully we just do a better job of picking a guy that does what we need him to do.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of a guy that was fun to say his name.
Have we figured out how to say his first name
yet? Kayvon.
I'll learn how to say his name.
Kayvon Chason just
when
sounds
he gets
fun.
a legitimate sack.
I'll learn. Yeah, I've been like this. If you want me to know your name, make a play, and I'll learn your name.
All right, let's take a break. When we come back, we've got Doc Swanson coming up next.
You're exactly the kind of hero the world needs. At the end of the day, it comes down to the same question I've been asking my wife every Friday night for the last 20 years. Do you want some of this?
1010XL.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Good beer is good beer. It doesn't have to be the same every time. So sample all the flavors sitting in the cold case at your local Circle K. From a cold Corona to a Stella Artois, Goose Island or Modelo. Match up the moment with the brew. All waiting for you at Circle K.
In 1921, U.S. Marine Corps surgeon Dr. Robert McKeever established the first urologic practice in Florida, the McKeever Clinic. I'm Dr. West. 100 years later, we continue to carry on his life's work in providing complete urologic care in Jacksonville. We have 13 board-certified urologists with many areas of expertise to provide the highest level of care for both men and women. Visit McKeeverClinic.com to learn more about how we can help. McKeever Clinic, innovators in urologic care since 1921.
Hey, how about happy hour again at Mr. Chubby's Wings?
Mr. Chubby's?
Don't they have a brand new location?
Heck yes. They just opened a third location in Ponte Vedra, and they still have our favorite happy hour prices.
Wow, can't beat those prices. So yeah, let's chub it up again in Ponte Vedra.
See all their specials at MrChubby'sWings.com. Locations on Fleming Island, the West Side, and now Ponte Vedra Beach. Mr. Chubby's Wings, before the game, after the game, and during the game.
When you look for that hard-to-find part for your car or truck, Rusty Acres is your source for used Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury auto parts. You'll get the parts you need and advice on how to install them. Rusty Acres, 786-1777.
Helmets. Heels. Sports. Ladies.
Helmets and heels.
Welcome to the revolution. Driven by Tire Outlet.
Brought to you by Underwood Jewelers.
I really do appreciate you inviting me.
Tuesday nights at 6.
Only on 1010XL.
Are you looking for a safe live event experience?
There's nothing like seeing AEW live.
This Wednesday, Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega,
And this is completely out of control.
the AEW Tag Team Champions the Young Bucks, Sting, and All Elite Wrestling returns to Daly's Place live.
Unbelievable!
Be a part of this unforgettable night.
And the fans love it.
Top Flight and Matt Sydal will team up to battle Matt Hardy and Private Party.
Oh, look out, my God!
The native beast Nyla Rose returns to action at Dynamite. And what will Vicky Guerrero have to say?
Listen to this crowd.
And what does Miro have planned for his new butler, Chuck Taylor?
And this crowd is loving him.
Plus, you won't want to miss John Moxley's return to action live and in person.
Are you kidding me?
Be part of the live audience and don't miss AEW Dynamite at Daly's Place. Physically distant seating in various numbered seat pods under state and local regulations plus CDC guidelines will make your experience a safe and memorable one. Tickets are on sale now and start at $20. Go to AEWTix.com or Ticketmaster.com. And remember, your safety always comes first.
Nice. George left me a message about those orange circles in my yard.
Please enter your password.
Hey, Hacker. It's George Richardson with Peninsula Pest Control. And no, you're not bothering me. Call me anytime. What I think you're seeing is large patch fungus, and it's because your soil is too moist. Cut your watering amount to once per week if we don't have any rain. I can also send someone out to treat it before it gets out of control. Call me back, 389-3491.
You can learn a lot more from Peninsula Pest Control at CritterGetter.com.
RV memories begin at General RV, your premier RV dealer. At our Orange Park Supercenter, you will find exclusive discounts and the largest selection of inventory. Our sales, service, and parts experts will help you camp with confidence. Bring home the RV of your dreams with our lowest payments ever and all-time low financing. Plus, we're giving you a trade-in bonus on top of your trade-in value. See why more than 1 million customers have trusted us since 1962. Go to GeneralRV.com or stop by General RV in Orange Park on Wells Road off 295.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists presents Dr. Chris Swanson on the Sports Den. A board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in sports medicine, Dr. Swanson has been assistant team physician for the Cincinnati Bengals and Drexel University men's basketball and is the current team physician for several area high schools. Visit se-ortho.com.
It's Monday night, which means that Dr. Chris Swanson is with us because that's what happens on Monday nights. Dr. Chris Swanson from Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, se-ortho.com. If you've got knee or shoulder problems, then Dr. Swanson is your guy. Doc, how you doing?
Good, guys. How you doing?
We're good. We're good, man. Good weekend?
Yeah, good.
Good. You obviously know where we're going to start, right? Patty Mahomes.
Yeah, concussions.
So explain, we've talked about this before, but explain what concussion protocol is.
So concussion protocol starts essentially right when your concussion is diagnosed. It's slightly different at every level, but the idea is that first you have to be completely asymptomatic before you can progress to the protocol at all. And then there's a step-by-step process where your any baseline testing that you've had done has to get back to normal. You have to be able to do light activity without any symptoms and more rigorous activity. You've got to progress day by day in order to be cleared. In the NFL, then you have to be cleared ultimately by an independent neurologist before you can go back on the field.
So when you say asymptomatic, give us some symptoms of a concussion that can stick around for a little while.
So no headaches, no blurry vision, no nausea, no memory loss,
is light sensitivity.
Yeah, light sensitivity is one of the big ones, and really when you get a concussion, it means that you took a hard hit to the brain, and essentially you've had brain trauma. So letting the brain rest is really the treatment. So you want to be off your phone, not watching TV, not playing video games, kind of dark room as much as possible, giving everything a chance to calm down. And so hopefully that's what he's been doing, because he looked pretty wobbly when he got up.
So talk about the baseline testing. I'm just trying to go through the things you said that maybe people don't know what that is. So what is baseline testing?
So there's a number of different commercially available systems. One of the most common ones is something called Impact, and so basically it puts you through a series of computer-based tests, prior to a season, and then it allows you to then take one after you've had a head injury and see if you've returned to that baseline that you had before you took any hits like that.
So really, at the end of the day, like, that baseline testing serves a couple purposes. Is one, to make sure you're getting back to normal, or as close to normal as what you normally function at. But then the other one is, and I don't think anybody in the NFL will admit this, is to keep people from faking being okay. Correct?
Correct. Yeah. So you can't fake any of those baseline tests.
Because that's easy for somebody to go, oh, I feel fine. I don't have a headache. I don't have light sensitivity, when you can see them squinting at the smallest light. But then they still got to pass the baseline test.
And that's what really the independent neurologist is. That's something new. I think previously that was run by a team's doctor who may or may not have some amount of conflict of interest. But the independent neurologist has the final say on all concussions.
I was actually shocked that Goodell didn't overrule that guy yesterday.
He's playing. So the Athletics' Lindsey Jones did some research on this, Doc. From 2015 to 2019, there's been 29 quarterbacks who have suffered a concussion. The median recovery between was 7 days.
Yeah, I mean, so I knew as soon as I saw him get up yesterday, I said, man, if they win this game, no matter what, he's going to be really hard pressed from just a pure time standpoint to be back out there the following week.
Oh, he'll be out there.
But he probably will be out there.
Wow.
Drink some alkaline water. Take some
Well,
aspirin.
Andy, yeah, of course. Andy Reid said today that if it wasn't for the protocol, if it was previous generation, I guess you could say, he would have been playing in that game yesterday.
You just need to get your bearings back.
Yeah, I was like, if he would have stayed on the ground a little longer, got his balance back, they could have lied and said it was something with his neck. But it was too late. When he fell over, though, it was like, nah, the optics were too bad. They couldn't bring him back.
Because it wasn't.
And then, I mean, the old days, you just get some smelling salts, get dusted off, get back out there.
Because
smelling salt's good.
A brain dead Pat Mahomes would have played better than Chad Henne did yesterday. I know he made a couple important plays, but I mean, that interception, dude. That was bad. Wowzers.
The interception was really bad.
It was like playing 500 in the backyard with your friends.
Doc, did you watch the Saints game?
Yes.
Maybe this is me being too big of a Drew Brees guy. I refuse to believe that Drew Brees is healthy. I just refuse. There's no way. I mean, the injuries he had earlier in the year were pretty significant. What was it, 11 ribs?
He had a ton of fractured ribs. He had a punctured lung. I mean, he had some pretty substantial injuries. I think, his arm strength has looked like it's been diminishing for the past several years, but I think more of that yesterday and even towards the end of this year had to do with him trying to play through a pretty painful injury.
Yeah, I'm going to go on that I'm going to call him a warrior is what I'm going to do.
I mean,
I'm going to, until the day I die, I'm going to claim that man played last night, his final game, and he still had 11
So you do think
ribs.
He's done?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, that made the decision.
I thought it was done after the all but two of his ribs were cracked.
I mean, he played so bad last night that Tom Brady may be done. Tom Brady may look at that and go, you know what? I don't want my final game.
Tom Brady had to go take care of his kids for him yesterday.
Yeah.
Throw it around with them.
It was bad because like a lot of people.
It's like your dad probably would get this picked off. So let me try to
yeah, that would have been great for the rivalry. Like here, catch a pass from a guy who can still throw you the ball.
Isn't it great that Brady is able to play these greats in the NFC, even if it's for like 1 year?
It is.
So, like
the Aaron Rodgers. The fact they've
God,
never
I
played
love
in the
that.
playoffs is amazing.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
These guys are old.
Well, it would have had to be the Super Bowl. I mean, up till this year.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do think that Green Bay is going to whoop their ass.
I don't know, man. Hey, let's move to the combine for a second because there's not going to be one. So now they're saying that there's going to be, was it 4 different regional? Is it so they're going to do all the medical tests regionally. And then I guess people are really going to rely on their pro day. Talk about this medical, like we've talked about the medical tests that go on inside of or when they go to Indianapolis, and the fact that they've got all these guys crammed into a long day at different hospitals and all that kind of stuff. Is this the way it actually should be done every year?
So I didn't hear about that. They're moving that regionally, and so they're just going to have guys.
There'll be 4 different states. So it's like California, Texas, Florida, and I don't remember the other one. And so wherever you're closest to now is where you will go and get your medical done. It seems to me like that's way more efficient. Am I wrong on that?
It can. Well,
I mean, except that then you got to go to 2 places, right? So if you're, if you at South Carolina, you got to come to Florida to get your medical, and then still go to Indianapolis.
No, you don't go to Indianapolis. There's no combine.
There is no combine.
There's no combine. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the combine is really for TV.
There's the medical, and then there's your pro day.
And then pro day. Oh, okay.
Right. And I mean, I get the fact that they were all in one location, but doesn't that kind of stink for the doctors too? Although now I'm saying this.
No, so then that's true. You're gonna have to go to different. Each guy's gonna have to go to 4 different sides, so it's gonna be like 4 different weekends or something. Because the head team physician is the one who runs the physicals.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Probably what's gonna happen is they break it down O-line, D-line, wide receivers, special teams, quarterback, special teams, running backs. They'll break them down into those, and then I guess they can't. Now it's even more confusing because usually that's how they do it, and so you get about, let's say, 70 guys at one pop that take the first couple of days. They go get tested, then they go do the on-field performances. Then the next guys come in, do their testing. So that makes it. So that makes it
almost more inefficient because at least in Indianapolis it was a really long couple of days for everybody on the medical side, but then it was like over. So it was like.
I guess
there's also no consistency. So just imagine this, Doc. Actually, we did it some years ago at my facility. Now much lower scale, but we did a middle school combine. But it was one ortho group, so Southeast, and all the kids came in. They were tested the exact same way from the different things, from those different protocols. So each kid, you can't say one thing got done. Jacksonville uses JOI. JOI might be different than what Indianapolis uses. Let's say the different regions. So if you got 4 different regions, that's 4 different orthos that are doing something completely different. At least with one team, I think the
NFL's probably going to dictate, don't you? Isn't it?
It does. You got to. I mean, they'll dictate.
Doc, what about
they'll dictate the test. They'll dictate what you're looking for, but how the person administers it could be completely different. That's how you have people like Doc. I sent you something, and I'm not going to go into it, but I sent you a route. Screws in an ankle should be routine, correct?
Yeah, I mean, fairly routine. It means you had a bad injury.
Yeah, so if you go get your surgery, you go get your surgery. But somehow this guy's surgery didn't last. So people do things differently. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I got you. Now that I'm hearing you guys talk through it, Doc, you're right. I didn't think about it from the team doctor approach either.
Because there's no way they're going to want to not be involved. There's no way the teams are not going to want their head team doc to be involved with the physicals on draft picks because it's so important. So I doubt they're going to send, different people to each region. And then logistically, if not, then you're talking about 4 different weekends or something.
Yeah, and if they're going to do that, then they're going to have to start that right away.
Yeah, I mean, they got to get that going now.
Yeah, I'd rather go ahead and.
I think you just.
Yeah.
Indy seemed long days and everything, but at least it got banged out and then move on.
The best thing, though,
I don't think you can do 4 different weekends. Like, you want to talk about kind of unfair because now you're giving some people much longer to recover before they're.
I mean, you can always knock them all. I mean, there's no reason why you can't do them all the same weekend.
Well, he's saying from the
just
team
a
doctor
COVID thing, or is this,
is
this a permanent thing?
No, it's a COVID thing.
Each team,
so COVID,
each team is sending an official to each one of those.
Yeah,
locations?
what Doc was saying is, if you're the head team doctor, you want to be at each one, and if they're the same day, you can't be.
Yeah, but they already don't go. They all don't go to Indy. They all see the results, but it's only one team that does the testing. Each year, a different team does the testing in Indy. Administers the protocol.
So
what?
If you're the Jags team doctor, and what information do you get when you go to Indy by being there? Like, is there an advantage to being there, Doc?
I mean, when we were helping out with the Bengals, the whole Bengals medical staff went every year to Indy.
Oh, okay.
And went through tests and looked at the imaging that people had and if they'd had MRIs or CT scans or X-rays, what kind of injuries they'd had.
Is that something that COVID has taught us to do virtually?
I don't know. I mean, you can certainly get, you can get access to medical records, you can get access to previous images and things like that remotely, but you can't examine somebody's knee. You can't see if it feels loose, if they've had surgeries.
Yeah, you want to grab a hold of that knee.
Yeah.
Get a good feel for it.
Yeah, you want to shake it around.
I think COVID, is forcing everybody to adapt a little bit, but I got to imagine long term they're going to go back to doing it the way they've been.
Oh, yeah, because Combine gets TV ratings as well. They're going to go back to it. Doc, have you been monitoring Urban's health?
Yeah, I'm deeply concerned.
Okay, good.
If his shoulders and knees are not okay, I hope he calls me.
Well, I mean, as long as he wins, he's fine.
Again, he's good. I don't understand why nobody can see the cure for Urban. It's winning.
Yeah, as long as he wins, like we just.
Which, hey, he's going to lose more games in his first year in the NFL than he did his stint at Ohio State.
Well, we decided that they're going to go unbeaten next year, so I don't know if that's correct.
I don't think he loses his first game until 2024.
And then he's out. then he's ready to get out.
He's washed.
Hey, Denny, put that tweet out there, and then when that happens, I mean, you'll be able to look back at it and you'll be like, wow.
This guy's good.
Yeah, because Denny is the soothsayer
really
now. He had the
out of 10,000 tweets, I got one right.
But it was pretty good.
January 18th, 2021, Denny predicts that Urban goes undefeated for
all
2.5 years.
Cleveland will beat him on December 3rd, 2024.
Yeah,
yeah,
that'll be a good run.
Dr. Chris Swanson joins us every single Monday night. You can get a hold of Dr. Swanson, se-ortho.com. I'm telling you, if you've got knee problems or shoulder problems, there's only one call you need to make, and that's Dr. Swanson. Get in there. I go to him. You should as well. A lot of our quarterbacks go to him as well. Don't just limp around. Don't think you got to go through life in pain. Get that stuff addressed, and then just keep it moving. So, Doc, we appreciate you. Every Monday night, we appreciate you, man.
Yeah, have a good week.
All right, Dr. Chris Swanson with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. We'll take a break. We'll get into some of the coaching hires that have been made. Don't worry, text line. We're going to get to Randy Moss shortly. We'll get to some of the coaching hires that have been made here in Jacksonville when we get back.
I want you to promise me something. I want you to play life just like you played that game today. So when that final buzzer of life goes off, you'll have no regrets.
1010XL.
Subaru of Jacksonville on Atlantic is sharing more love during the Subaru Share the Love event. Subaru of Jacksonville has 0% financing on new Subarus, 90 days with no payments, big year-end savings. Plus, $500 donation with every new Subaru purchase, $250 from Subaru, and a match for $250 from Subaru of Jacksonville through January 4th. Experience the Subaru of Jacksonville difference. Dealer Rater's #1 Subaru dealer in the nation. Online at SubaruofJacksonville.com. Drive a Subaru. You'll buy a Subaru. See dealer website for full details.
If we learned anything in 2020, it's that life is unpredictable. There are some things that you just can't control. All the more reason why you need to appreciate and hold tight those special people in your life. That relationship you know you can count on no matter what. At Diamonds Direct, your love is our passion. Your relationship is why we exist, and we stand ready to help you create those memorable moments in 2021 that celebrate and solidify those unbreakable bonds. Our selection of precious rare diamonds has never been greater. From a simple 1-carat princess cut to a breathtaking 10-carat round brilliant, we have your perfect diamond in stock every day at the guaranteed best value price in America. And even in unpredictable times, Diamonds Direct's commitment to you will never waver. We promise the largest selection, the highest quality, the best value, the strongest warranties, and the most unforgettable experience. So as life gets back to normal this new year, remember, cling to the ones you adore by showing them how much they mean to you. And we'll always be here to help. Diamonds Direct.
Off Town Center Parkway, just left of the Hyatt.
The Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute is now offering online scheduling for new patient appointments for all of their physicians. Simply schedule your appointment on your cell phone, tablet, or desktop. JOI is the first orthopedic practice in North Florida to offer this feature to patients. To schedule your appointment online, visit joi.net and click on the button at the top of the page. If you'll be using insurance, be sure and have your information handy. JOI, where the pros go.
Hey, do you owe more than $25K on your car, a truck, or that toy in the driveway? Refinance your auto loan with One-to-One Financial. We'll not only lower your payments, but we'll put $200 cash in your pocket. Plus, we have the lowest loan rates in town. Make some room in your budget and put more cash in your pocket. When you refinance with One-to-One Financial, Jacksonville's hometown credit union. Apply today at 121fcu.org. Federally insured by NCUA.
No one outfits golfers better than Edwin Watts Golf Shops. We've been fitting golfers since 1968. Utilizing cutting-edge fitting technology, we'll analyze your swing and our Foresight launch monitors and fit you with the perfect club, pair of shoes, the latest golf apparel, golf balls, bags, and more. So come by today for your complete custom fitting. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Looking to be your own boss in a proven business model? Like construction and working outdoors. Superior Fence and Rail is franchising in new markets all over the Southeast, from Birmingham to Savannah, and even a few more markets in Florida. Come win with us and redefine the fence industry. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail to learn more about starting a fence franchise today.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
This is Hayes Carline for Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency. John Spicklemeyer knows about protection as the best offensive lineman to ever come out of Jacksonville. He's always taken that O-line pride in his protection, from being the city's Player of the Year at Bowls to playing for Notre Dame. John has always gotten the job done for those who depend on him, and he'll do that for you, like he has me. John Spicklemeyer is my agent. Call John today at 471-7155 for all your insurance needs. That's Spicklemeyer Insurance Agency, protecting what's most important to you. Call John today at 471-7155.
This date in sports history is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On January 18, 1963, NFL legend as well as Hall of Famer Al Davis becomes the head coach and general manager of the formerly known Oakland Raiders.
Regain your edge. The board-certified surgeons of OrthoEdge are practicing at St. Vincent's Riverside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Longnecker. If you have a sports injury or if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain, let us at OrthoEdge help you regain your edge. We want you to get back to living life to your best. And we have patient-focused experience and technology to deliver the results. See one of our physicians today at OrthoEdge.
Now accepting new patients, visit orthoedge.com.
So you didn't get the perfect present last month. Well, it's not too late. Mystic Cornhole Company is open and still builds custom high-quality cornhole boards right here in Jax. Visit their shop on Phillips Highway and see their design at mysticcornholecompany.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are always in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Kimbar, Smith & Wesson, Sig Sauer, and Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
It is the Sports Den on a Monday night. That weekend flew by, man. Flew by. Did you have a good weekend, though?
Yeah, it was good, man. No problem.
JJ?
Blast.
Yeah. I mean, any drama in the apartment?
Nah. I got to see my mom and my dad yesterday, though, so it was cool.
You didn't make them come to your apartment, did you?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was safe. It was light outside.
Oh, okay.
They had to come get their truck.
Oh.
Yeah. That I had to borrow for 2 weeks because I didn't have a vehicle, which now I do. So, yeah, I had a great weekend. I'm excited, dude. These semifinal games, I don't know what you call them in the NFL, these conference title games are going to be lit, man.
As long as Mahomes plays. You have zero change, right?
Dude.
You have zero. So you're saying there's zero chance that he doesn't
Roger Goodell will wheel his ass out on the field if it takes.
It's just a concussion, man.
Yeah.
So it's Bucks Packers at 3:05 on Sunday, and Bills Chiefs at 6:40.
Dude, the Bills, can they go to the Super Bowl?
Heck yeah!
I thought it was going to be
we said that before the playoffs.
I thought it was going to be Bills Browns for a second.
That would have been amazing.
Oh my God!
I'm
so happy it didn't happen. Though.
Me too.
I really don't like.
Imagine the parade in Buffalo if they win a Super Bowl.
What, dude? Do you see them like after regular season games at 3 a.m. outside at the tarmac?
It's
Like,
gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like a lot of hurt people. I'm all for the MFTK spirit. They're slamming babies through tables, man.
Oh, I know.
Like, it's crazy. Like they're maybe taking it a little too far, man.
Got to start them young.
If they win a Super Bowl,
it's like it's gonna be cold too.
So cold.
So that means it's gonna be extra lit, and people are gonna be.
I mean, that's what ABC's here for.
And you know they do. They don't mind getting down in the parking lot with Buffalo. They were the one like every year where you saw them just like it was there, and the guy just was hungry and he just decided I need to have it now, which was kind of weird. Like, dude, you could go in the car or something, man. Wait till you get home.
I feel like ABC would make a killing in Buffalo.
Absolutely. Whatever liquor chain they got there is doing well.
What is the Buffalo ABC? I want to buy stock. Like, if they win.
I just don't. It can't. This can't be the Buffalo team to win. Are they better than those Bills? The 4 in a row guys?
No, dude. To go to 4 Super Bowls in a row, you have to be a dynasty. Even if you lose them all.
They had Thurman Thomas
and Andre Reed.
Yeah, nah, man. This can't be the team. They're good. Like they gotta they gotta do this more than once, man.
They are really good.
They are.
Their defense is suspect. I mean, Lamar sucks.
There are times their defense is amazing, though.
They got a local kid though. That makes me want them to
win. Who?
Is it Andre from Trinity Christian?
Andre Smith.
Yeah, Andre Smith, Trinity Christian, went to the University of North Carolina. Got cut by the Panthers.
Yeah.
Got picked up by the Bills and has been doing pretty good, obviously.
Wegmans, it looks like. Wegmans.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Josh Allen is fun to watch. So he's not just good. He's like fun to watch. Their team's fun to watch.
Their offense throws every single play.
Who do y'all want to win out of the 4 teams left?
The Bills.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
I love Mahomes, though.
Nah, I want
you know that.
I want Casey to win. I want Kermit. But Kermit's got to be healthy.
He's going to win like 9, though. So
I kind of no, I don't. I just want to see Aaron Rodgers play, but I don't want the Packers to be Super Bowl champions.
Don't we think? What do we think the
Aaron
best
as a person?
Nobody does. What do you think the best matchup is?
Oh, it's Chiefs Packers.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if the Buccaneers beat the Packers, and they have to play either one of those 2 teams, we're going to see them get beat unmercifully.
Do you think the NFL would rather have Green Bay in the Super Bowl or Tom Brady?
I think
it's in Tampa Bay, right?
I think it would rather be Tom Brady in Tampa, so they can go ahead and get this out the way. No host city has ever played in a Super Bowl.
Correct.
And the passing of the torch.
And that
Mahomes.
To Mahomes. They would much rather.
We're going to hear about that for weeks.
They would amp that up. It would be just so.
Wouldn't that be so? That would be crazy if in the COVID year, when there's not going to be anybody at the Super Bowl. Hardly.
Yeah, there will. Oh, there are going to be some people.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the year that the host team's in it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be wild. Yeah, I mean, I'm good with anybody at this point. You look at the 4 quarterbacks in it, and I mean, how do you go wrong?
Right.
They're all all top in the top of the MVP category.
Well, top 3 in QBR, and then Tom Brady.
Right.
I'm not sure where Brady is on that list.
But he's Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think any match. You know what? I'm gonna take that back. I don't want the Bills to win it because I don't want to hear 2 weeks of Bills talk.
What do you mean?
I just like Bucks Bills. Can you imagine?
I wouldn't care.
Really?
You wouldn't if it was Bucks Bills. You wouldn't get 2 weeks of Bills talk. You would get 2 weeks of Tom Brady talk.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
And like, how bad did the Pats screw up talk?
Yeah. Well, you're already getting that.
Yeah, that's happening.
What's gonna happen to Cam? Speaking of,
who?
He's done, right?
Dude, he looked so bad this year.
The good thing is he's got a lot of interest off the field that he can focus on.
You think he's done?
I mean,
no,
he may try one more year, but like,
why? Why? If you're Cam, though, why? You're not gonna sign what are you gonna sign? A $2 million deal?
These are super athletes that have egos the size of a planet. They think that they're still the best quarterback in the league. He probably still thinks he can go out there and kick ass.
Well, I will say this. I'd love for Cam to come down to Jacksonville and train a little bit because the dude, there was at the beginning of the season, his mechanics were pretty good and he was throwing it around all right. His is 100% mechanic. Young kids, if you're listening, this is why you've got to focus on mechanics. Cam's mechanics went to crap 3 years ago and they already weren't good. But they went horribly wrong 3 years ago. And now the dude's gone from being the MVP of the league 4 or 5 years ago to out of the league.
Wasn't that long ago.
By contrast, Tom Brady, every single year has improved mechanically and spent a ton of time and a ton of money to do it. And he's still playing at 42.
43, I believe.
Is he 43? Yeah. Yeah. Any hires that we want to talk about with the Jags? Anybody?
Strength coach hire.
Strength coach
big
hire.
Deal. Yeah, this guy's a huge juice head.
I'm going to go definitely a juice head.
Give me a name. I want to look him up.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
He's got an iconic picture, though.
Does he?
And video.
Running
So you're telling me he looks like a strength coach?
Oh, definitely.
He was cut out.
He was cut out. He's a line. He's a bump it. It's MLK Day. So white linebacker from Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Anthony
Stocky.
Schlegel.
That's a strength coach's name.
Yeah, can't even say it.
He's just somewhere in his bloodline is Eastern Bloc. We know, know there's something in there. I mean, he was a strength coach at Ohio State with him. He wasn't a bad guy, not a bad guy, a bad coach. The first thing I got was my inbox blown up, because he does radio. And they're
he looks like Brian Bosworth.
Perfect.
That's what these strength coaches look like.
One of the pictures he does.
Oh, he's got a strong chin.
Of him tackling somebody?
Yeah, he's got a good chin.
Yeah.
It just, he's the guy that
he looks like he could rage drink with you for 3 straight nights.
Right. He's
no sleep.
He definitely I'm a guy like me when I was in college and I'm lifting heavy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't lift heavy anymore. I feel secure when he's behind me that he can take the weight off of me, that he can get 550, 560 off of my chest.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my strength coach in college, I never let him spot me. Josh Hinkst, who's with the Philadelphia Eagles, now he's a nutritionist. Josh was built like this. Sturdy chin. We called him Josh the Chest. Big chest. And Josh could get that. He enjoyed.
Call me Mr. Big Chest.
He enjoyed when you got stuck on that bench because that meant he can show.
Mm-hmm.
He can flex his muscles. This is a guy like that. He's a guy when you go down for the deep squat, heavy squat, he's the and you're like, wait a minute, hold on, I don't need you grunting like that behind me, bro, while you're trying to help me rise to this squad. But you're gonna power through it. So the strength coach on the NFL level is really irrelevant, just to let people know that. But he isn't that bad. He's probably somebody that definitely does have the resume, the credentials do check out.
And is Charlie Strong official?
I believe he's going to be the linebacker coach.
Right.
Is Chris Ash coming too?
That's what I heard. I mean, I just went on their website. Jaguars.com has one coach on there, and that's Urban Meyer.
Did you hear about the quarterback coach?
No.
Tim Tebow.
Stop.
I don't want Tim
to
be chaplain. Tim is
We're not getting back on.
Tim is living his best life, man. I need Tim to focus on what he's got right now. He's waited his whole life.
So you don't want him to be chaplain because you want him to enjoy his own life.
He doesn't enjoy,
He's got an amazing life.
Oh, absolutely.
But it got better, though.
But
with his wife?
Yeah.
She's bad. He's saved up, dude.
Super bad.
Focus on that. I don't want to hear anything from you until she's pregnant.
Have kids. Bless this earth with lots of babies.
That's what I'm saying. Be fruitful and multiple. But Raheem Morris supposed to be one of the coach. Like,
that would be big.
Somebody on the text line was like, "Oh, that's not impressive." What are you talking about? They talking about Anthony Lynn, I guess, to come over as the OC. Like, he might get some heavy duty guys.
What about bring Gus back, DC?
But Gus is in Oakland. I mean, yeah.
Did he get
Las
another
Vegas.
job?
Yeah, he's to Vegas. Listen, Gus's life has not sucked since he got fired here. Y'all hear the Doug Marrone rumor?
Doug Marrone in Bama?
No, in Tennessee.
No,
I thought he took the Bama job.
I heard Bama too.
I didn't. That's what I meant to talk with Rick. I didn't hear about him being in Tennessee until I was listening to Baloo. But I was reading on the Twitter. If it's on the internet, it must be true. That he was going to go be the offensive line coach at Alabama, and I'm thinking about his kid. I'm like, that's a good, little good situation for him. And it just made me think. I don't know if this could maybe be another segment, but college football's got to save itself from itself, man. It's got to, man. This is just getting ridiculous, man. They're going to have to eventually treat it like it's either truly an amateur sport or a semi-pro league. Like one of the two. Like they're going to have to break it up. Nobody can compete with Saban in these prices, man, that he's giving these coaches, man. And then except for Texas, and what they're trying to do, 3.5 for a coordinator, man, and you're getting like Bill O'Brien's your offensive coordinator, former NFL head coach.
You have an NFL staff now. Yeah, that's what you have. Like, how do you recruit against that?
You left from having a really, really good who's who of college coaching staff with some NFL experience. Now your staff is head coaches as a college position coach. I know people right now, you can't fathom the fall for what that's traditionally like. To go from the head coach of an NFL franchise
to recruiting 17-year-olds,
to talking to little boys,
to getting Saban's coffee every morning,
like
to Saban yelling at you.
But that's how much of a GOAT. Like we're talking about Urban Meyer. If he wins a Super Bowl here, will he be considered the greatest coach? One of the greatest. He's already considered one of the greatest coaches. I love Bobby to death. I believe if this era of football right now that we have with the playoffs and the bowl and the BCS would have been there during the heyday of the dynasty, Bobby would have a lot more than 2 national championships. Bobby can't do this. Saban is the greatest coach of all time.
No, I don't think. Yeah, anybody.
Saban is the greatest alpha male that ever coached football. He is the king of getting men. Like to be a head coach, you've got to be a badass, man. You've got to believe that you're so arrogant that you believe that you're the only person that can bring a program to lift a program out of futility. Like you're going to be the guy. When you go into a room to recruit a kid, you believe that you're the best thing for somebody else's child. Saban's able to get a whole bunch of those men to believe that he's the best thing for them. I mean, and you know that when you go to coach with him, your career is going to be resurrected. But check this out: if he really wants to be if Douglas Marrone wants to be a head NFL coach again, I firmly believe he can do it.
If he goes there,
and they're successful, from an offensive line coach,
Think about the way they'll recruit. Like, I mean, they're going to be in living rooms, and it's going to be like, oh, Florida came by and saw you. That's good. What'd they tell you? They said they can help you get to the league. That's cute. We are the league. Like, your OC is a former head coach. Your offensive line coach is a former head coach in the NFL. Like, you cannot recruit against that.
Like, I think your son reminds me of such and such player. I think your son is going to be good. Matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do for your kid? Hold on. Greg, are you still working? Greg Jones,
Yep.
Are you still working?
Yep.
You're okay. You're in Jacksonville. I need you to check this kid out. This kid reminds me of such and such. Okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Now your kid's on the radar before nobody else can do that.
Mm-hmm.
There's three.
It's crazy.
There's three besides all the relationships that Saban already has. You got guys that like they don't get rid of all the scouts from after they fire the coach. It's too many to replace.
Mm-hmm.
Like he can call up, like Bill O'Brien's gonna be able to call up the Texans organization or somebody else in the division and be like, "Hey, here's what it is." It's crazy, man.
You want to hear something? What do y'all think Doug Marrone was making as the head coach in Jacksonville?
5-6.
I'm seeing something here that says 3.
I believe. Yeah, I don't. There's no way to really know.
Yeah.
But I never thought he was one of the. I never thought he was one of the more expensive ones.
No, I didn't either.
Nothing struck me as saying like.
I mean, $3 million is a good living, but they're paying Herbs 12.
Man, $3 million is a good living, but not like that. Nah, like you could go be a college coach. He could have been left to go be a college coach.
Yeah.
For a lot less stress.
What do you think he'll make his O-line coach at Alabama? We still got the $3 million for another year.
They'll give him $1 million.
Yeah.
Compensated because they
can. Unbelievable.
Because they can. And then they'll sign him to a 3-year deal. And then if it all works out, he'll never be the OC because I don't think he can adapt to the game. Like I don't think that was his forte when he was calling. But he'll go coach at either coach college or he'll go do something else.
Yeah. The other thing, I was talking about Shad Khan bossing up on this whole Urban hire. The other thing that is apparent to me, and I think this probably was part of the reason why it took so long for Urban to say yes, the assistant coach pay package that he has agreed to is pretty hefty. Like the names we're hearing about coming into Jacksonville, this budget that Shad Khan gave Urban Meyer had to be, I mean, you start looking at it, James, it's got to be,
I mean, it's
upper
gotta be,
10
yeah, it's
in the
gotta be
NFL.
good. It's got to be good. I just always say it like this. Like if you're getting a guy that's fired, a fire head coach actually should help your first year, the owner.
Mm-hmm.
So like, because again, let's say he's making 10. Like, what am I paying you for? I'm actually hurting your income. I got to pay you something.
What are you talking about?
Like again, let's say it's Anthony. He brings in Anthony Lynn. Raheem probably would have to pay because Raheem's not a head coach anymore. But or I don't know how many years he had when he was, but whatever. Let's say Anthony Lynn has 3 more years.
Oh, you're talking about
he's getting paid 7, 8. What am I helping? Like that, me paying you doesn't, like you just need somewhere to go.
Well, I mean, there's still competition for him.
No, what I'm saying, you just need the best situation for you to go to showcase your skills. Now, the rest of your cats, you need that. I mean, because the NFL salaries are guaranteed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all contracts. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We're going to get to 8 o'clock, and then we're going to get to what's going on at University of Tennessee. We'll do that after 8 o'clock, but 8 o'clock is coming up next.
Slow your scroll.
Calm down, sit down.
Follow 1010XL on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram by searching 1010XL.
Bolt 24 keeping it real with Damian Lillard.
When you have no competition, it's obvious. Just like the Bolt 24 lineup with no artificial flavors or sweeteners, there is no competition.
Head to Speedway and grab a Bolt 24 from the makers of Gatorade.
Bolt 24.
I'm Nathan. My job gave me a lot. It gave me an income to support my family. It gave me purpose and pride. But the secondhand smoke there triggered my severe asthma attacks, infections, and lung damage. And I never smoked. It was so bad that my doctor told me I shouldn't work there anymore. I had to quit my job. But the damage was done. Now I'm so sick, I can't do much of anything I used to love to do. I don't referee youth basketball anymore. I don't run or lift weights. It's too much for my body to take. Instead, I'm taking breathing treatments or oxygen. I guess you could say my job gave me a lot. So let me give you a tip. Don't let people tell you that working around secondhand smoke is safe.
Call 1-877-YOU-CAN now or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to quit your way. Developed by CDC.
Hey, it's Rick Ballou. You know, I always get great service from McGowan's AC because they hire good people, pay them well, and treat them right. That's why McGowan's is growing and hiring now. You know, the HVAC is a lucrative career, especially here in Florida. So if you're a go-getter with a positive attitude and ready to get working, there's no experience necessary. McGowan's offers full training and will pay you to learn a skill that will last a lifetime. Join their winning team called 264-COOL or apply online at McGowan'sAC.com.
Are you ready to replace the windows in your home? Don't know which company to hire? Because they all say the same thing anyway? Made for Florida, built for Florida. This is the best window for your home. 30, 40, 50% off if you sign today. The culture of Kohler Homes is to offer options from all the Florida-approved manufacturers, not just one. Without the pressure sales of buy this window today. We'll provide an educating consultation, not a sales pitch, then pinpoint the best option no matter who the manufacturer is. Don't fall for the pressure sale and don't limit your options. Let the consultants at Kohler Homes of Jacksonville help you choose the right manufacturer. Kohler Homes, the right choice.
Are you having difficulty paying your IRS personal or business taxes due to COVID-19? Under the IRS's People First COVID-19 Tax Relief Program, there has never been a better time than now to settle your tax debt. Call J. David Tax Law today for a no-cost consultation at 904-507-4777. That's 904-507-4777. Or go to jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Did you resolve to lose weight and eat more salad this year? Well, that wasn't very smart. But now that January's almost over, you can still keep some of that resolution by going to Woody's Barbecue for lunch or dinner. Woody's has the salads, the barbecue salad, the mesquite grilled chicken breast salad, the 3-meat salad. The list goes on. Resolve to eat your greens and head to Woody's today.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
The flagship station of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Ackerman Urology gives you the home field advantage.
Don't trust your sexual health to the internet. Our local urologists treat prostate disease and sexual health issues to ensure your confidence and wellness. Don't ignore symptoms that hold you back. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Frank Frangie here for Big Chief Tire. When shopping for new tires or car service, you shouldn't have to sacrifice service for a good deal. That's why you should choose Big Chief Tire. At Big Chief Tire, they treat you like family. But don't just take it from us. You can count on their 4,000 Google reviews and a 4.75 average star rating across all Jacksonville locations. Rely on the team at Big Chief Tire for your tire, oil, brake, suspension, and alignment services. Schedule an appointment. Visit BigChiefService.com.
Hey folks, did you know that one of the main things you can do to keep your family safe and healthy is to frequently clean your carpets and other living surfaces? Remember, a healthy you starts with a healthy home. Zero Res wants to help. Zero Res is offering 20% off all tile and grout cleaning and sealing. That's 20% off. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
CEROREC. Zero Res.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the sports den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hate out.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you roll.
Yeah. 8 o'clock, the best produced segment in the history of 1010XL.
In the history of Jacksonville Radio.
In the history of Jacksonville Radio, one of the worst cities in America per NFL Network, ESPN, ABC. Every commentator is brought to you by us. It's a shame. Matter of fact, it's a shame that this thing has gone unsponsored so long. That would be our stick until somebody sponsors it because we like it.
Y'all gonna hear it every night.
And everybody, if nobody else listens to our show, thanks to JJ. Well, thank you, not thanks to JJ, but thank you, JJ, for breaking down our show into segments. everybody listens to Hate O'Clock, and Miles does a good job of putting it on the social medias. Before I get, JJ, do you happen to have the sound?
Of course.
Okay, let's just, before we overreact, because the media loves to put us all against each other. And on MLK Day,
the elites,
I want us to get along, and I don't want to misconstrue words. So I know I was angry from the little clip. I don't want us to mess up words. I got angry from the clip.
Misconstrue?
Yeah, misconstrue, screw.
I got you.
True.
That's my bad.
Whatever.
I just was wondering.
I don't want to take anything out of context. So let's see what Randall Moss had to say.
Duval County is not a good county to be in. So I really think that Urban Meyer, and I'm talking about the balance, not just the people.
Coming in hot.
Wow. I'm talking about the balance. Duval County is not a good county to be in. So I really think that Urban Meyer, and I'm talking about the balance, not just the people. I'm talking about the violence and the crime in Duval County. So when I look at Urban Meyer coming to this team, he has a lot to be working with, and it's just not the team. You just said the Black Lives Matter, everything that's going on in our country right now with the COVID, there's a lot of concerns going on. I just wish him the best of luck.
I don't
even know what that means.
But can you give me the Mad Dads music real quick? Because I want to kind of do this in Mad Dads voice. Because I think it would have been received better. Duval County is just not a good county. It's terrible. And I'm not talking about the city. I'm talking about the people. The people are just really, really bad. One Randall Moss was telling the truth. The violence is sky high. And what Urban Meyer has to go and do is he has to stand on top of every bank or TIA field. And he has to put on the bat costume. As Batman. He's got to put out the bat signal, and he's got to single-handedly save this city from itself. He's got to get out there with the Black Lives Matter. No, honestly, I can't even do it. Okay, it's so much to die. It's so much to digest.
He's got to get out there with the Black Lives Matter.
That's what he said.
He said COVID and Black Lives
Matter. He said
with
so much going on.
Apparently in Jacksonville, we're having a problem with both.
First is just so idiotic. It is so many things to break down with this. My man, tried to correct himself, right?
Play it again.
I have the full minute. Hold on. All right.
Because it's got to be better. It's got to be
That's what I'm
something.
saying.
It's
There
got to
has
be
to be
something better.
something.
Think about all the good players that has left there, just say in the last 3 to 5 years. You can talk about Campbell, Fournette, so on and so on. So when I look at a guy like Urban Meyer, yes, he has some success on the collegiate level. Rex, you talk about welcome to the men's league. I heard him just say, talking about there's not a difference between the style of football played in college and between the white lines and the pros. Yes, there is a big difference. And I'm really anxious to see, with them being able to draft a guy like Trevor Lawrence, how will he fare, coming into the league with Urban Meyer? He's been off for some time. And, Brew, you just said something. Social justice, being out in the community. Jacksonville Jaguars in the state of Florida, Duval County is not a good county to be in. So I really think that Urban Meyer, and I'm talking about the violence, not just the people. I'm talking about the violence and the crime in Duval County. So when I look at Urban
Meyer. All right.
Still didn't make sense.
Still doesn't make sense. Because let's be honest.
Thank you, Randy, for that, though.
So I had to break this down to some people on the Instagram and on the Twitters. Because they were like, yeah, he's right. I compared some cities. It was like,
yeah, that's what I want to know.
Miami, Jacksonville, is ranked 39, I believe, in American populace. The what do you call it? The metro areas.
Mm-hmm.
So New Orleans is, I think, 46. New Orleans is a much more dangerous city.
Way more.
Let me tell you a story about New Orleans. So after Katrina, New Orleans, the safest New Orleans was immediately after Katrina. I get there and I'm getting into my hotel room, and I say, I don't want to watch the news. And this is why it sticks out to me. And this is why I don't watch the news. It's like 16 people shot gangland style with an assault rifle behind a school.
Dear.
That was the first news that I got. After I'm driving around doing my physical and all these other things, and they're assuring me, oh, it's been nice since since Katrina and all these things have happened. I'm like, that's New Orleans. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this rapper named Master P. But Master P used to say things like the murder capital of the world. Different things like that, blah, blah, blah. Also, but not saying New Orleans is a beautiful city, though. It's a nice city to be there. The people are great. But there's violence, there's crime, there's all kinds of things. Miami. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of rappers are from Miami. And Trick Daddy made this song, And every like little town that he named in the song, I never want to go there. Liberty City isn't free. Liberty City is pretty dangerous. Just letting you guys know. A lot of these places, still great people down there.
Opalaka.
It's still good stuff to do.
It even sounds creepy.
Yeah, you can go do a whole bunch of stuff and be fine. Rick Ross talks about a lot of violence, a lot of different things.
Dude, I'm on a
Tampa?
website right now that has murders per 10,000 people.
Okay.
So to keep it fair, right? Philly.
NFL city. Philly, I was going to say, having all my family being in the Northeast, Philly's pretty dangerous. My
Philly's
cousin
second.
Kenny got shot in the ass.
St. Louis and a suburb of St. Louis was first and fourth. So they're not an NFL city anymore. Baltimore.
St. Louis has a song about drive-bys by Nelly that went popular. Baltimore has a show called The Wire.
Yes.
Pretty dangerous.
Let's see. Flint. Detroit.
Chocolate City, we're going to go with DC. Chocolate City is pretty bad.
There's then New
Detroit's
Orleans.
not good. New Orleans is not good.
Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
That's shocking.
Yeah.
I like Charlotte.
Right outside of Charlotte is a place called Salisbury, which apparently you don't want to go.
Really?
Yes.
Just seems really country.
Yeah, I know that's a little, yeah.
Man, it sounds delicious right now. Let's guess the steak with gravy,
And
right?
listen, Herbs ain't gonna be around any of that.
Newark, New Jersey, like
that's not far from. That's not.
Herb's
far
gonna
from-
be living in Palm
LA.
Beach.
Of course.
LA.
Look, hold up. Let's stop there.
Well, Cleveland.
We'll use Cleveland too, because there was a group called Bone Thugs and Harmony that made a song that made Cleveland not seem like the most appealing place. My buddy works there as one of the security directors. He works a lot of hours. I can tell you that much. L.A., St. Louis are cities where you have to watch what colors you wear. I can wear whatever I want to wear in Jacksonville. My point is, just forget that, because we could be here all day. It's 32 teams in 30 cities.
Chicago.
All of them are dangerous except for Green Bay.
Don't forget Chicago.
Except for Green Bay.
That's a good call.
Here's like
Buffalo's probably
Kansas City's
fine.
ranked higher than us too.
Oh, Kansas City's
rough.
Yeah.
Kansas City is one of the places where the mob has heavy influence. My point in all of this is that
maybe in the 60s.
Every city has this level of dangerousness. Like, you can't just call Jacksonville out and you ain't never really been here like that. Like, I've lived in just a few places, but I've visited a lot. I'm not one of those scary people, but I'm also a person that's aware. You know where you can get got in any city if you're not paying attention and you're one of those arrogant people that says, I'm from such and such. Ain't nobody afraid of this. This city will cut you down really, really quick, as our ambassadors have told people. You're not going to run or test us.
Right.
But this is a city that definitely embraces people. The other thing, Randall, Urban is not coming to the state of Florida blind. He coached here. I don't know if you paid attention to his teams.
He contributed.
He contributed to the crime rate here. Like,
and don't you think if he has a problem, he's got goons on deck that will handle it immediately?
Urban Meyer automatically gets Kevin Sullivan status here. And if you don't know who Kevin Sullivan is, he's the mayor of the East Side. He is the former head coach of the Andrew Jackson Tigers. That's the only white man that I know. Like, he had the nerve to tell me. I was like, Coach, I don't go over there at 10 o'clock at night. He's like, I'm here. It's like, you're the mayor of the East Side. Like, they all know you. God forbid the person that tries to harm you out here, that person might die. That's Urban Meyer's stat. It's not even because of that. Herbs got goons that's probably following him. Herbs had the Pouncey twins. He had a dude, I forgot the kid's name, who stole a taco and ran from people.
No, that was basketball.
That was basketball player? Yeah. I just assumed he was one of those guys. He told a girl it was time to die. He had a dude that used a chick's credit card while she had passed. He's had a conglomerate of terrible people. He knows how to manage this. But back to Randy.
I could think of a worse crime than using someone who's already passed.
That's just a terrible person.
It is.
Like, because the parents have to. The parents are paying
victimless
it.
crime.
It's
kind of victimless. I mean,
the parents got to pay it. She was on the parents' card.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They're like, oh my God, how is my daughter still having charge? Whatever.
They thought she was still alive somewhere.
The problem I have the real problem I have with Randy, and the real problem I have with Booger, and the real problem I have with former players. There's only one former player I don't have a problem with because he keeps it all the way real. But he's also on a podcast that is making money, and he only does Jaguars radio, and he's a legend here. That's
Josh
Fred Taylor.
Lambeau.
Fred Taylor.
Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
If you listen to Fred Taylor on I Am the Athlete, that Fred Taylor real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like when former athletes just hop on and regurgitate what other people have said. Even there was not one coherent thought that Randy had. It sounded like he was trying to take a bunch of bits and pieces of what other national people have said about Jacksonville and just throw them all together, and none of it made sense. It was all offensive.
It's almost and it's almost like
I like the COVID part at the end. And
like he just threw
Black Lives
COVID,
Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
The COVID.
He said it is not the city, it's
Storming
the people.
into the Capitol.
Like, it's not the city, it's the people. like Jacksonville is the wild, wild west. Like if you walk outside and what Jacksonville Jaguar player has come out and said, "Oh my God, I was going to practice and I got robbed." I had a teammate of mine come on my IG. PK Sam says, "Well, they stole my Escalade when I was there for the Super Bowl." PK played for the Patriots when they played here. What PK fails to say is where he was at when his Escalade got stolen. Like that can't happen in Boston. Like that can't go to a strange area where you're not from there and let them see you shining. And guess what's gonna happen? I said you could have got robbed in Tallahassee like that, bro. It was teammates of mine who got stuck up in Tallahassee. They told me what side of town they were, and I helped them get their stuff back. But that was their fault, and I told them don't get caught lacking.
The other thing, I don't know. I'm sure it has to do with state income taxes or lack thereof, and weather and all that kind of stuff. But the majority of players that play in Jacksonville stay after their playing days are done. Even if they're still in the NFL, they reside here in the offseason. Like Randall, if it was that dangerous, do you think that would happen? Like, I mean, just call somebody, Randy. That's all you got to do. Call somebody.
Get on the Google machine and look up the city of Jacksonville. It's one of the top. It was the top 10 cities that people are actually moving to.
Mm-hmm.
Which again, that's why the other things upset me more because there's a lot of that has to do with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the things that are trying to happen here. It's a good city, but I will say this though: outside of the constant attacks that the national media have on this city, that I actually have grown to love. So again, I've made it known. I might not be a Jaguar fan, but I'm a city of Jacksonville fan. Because if I wasn't, I would have been moved. There is nothing really keeping me here besides, there's nothing really keeping me here besides working now, but I can technically do this anywhere. But it's time for the city of Jacksonville to stop being as divided as what it is about stupid things. Because it only makes idiots like Randy Moss point even stronger to people who look at us on the outside. Like we're seeing this entire city kind of split itself over business decisions in the news.
That 90% of us don't know anything.
And the reality is I'm learning that a lot of people didn't know anything about what they were talking about. And even the people who were voting on it didn't know simple things like 50% of the salary that NFL players make is taxed here. Because they didn't realize that. They thought just because wherever you reside at as home is where you do it. I was like, no, you pay taxes in each city you play. 8 games are played here. That's neither here nor there. The point is that when the Black Lives Matter thing did happen, you saw a lot of people put out statistics about how dangerous it is. When it's really not. It's all statistics that don't really explain the full story because if we were all that terrified, we wouldn't engage with each other.
I have bad news for people. When you're in an area that has 2 million people have to die. People die.
They
okay?
must die.
Yeah, they have to. If not, nobody would. Like y'all understand population?
Also, a lot of the people, not all of them, definitely not all of them, because there is definitely some innocent lives lost in all these cities. But the majority of people who die are murdered are living a lifestyle that puts them in that position.
Exactly.
It's not just.
It's not my mom walking out of Publix getting shot or something like that. That does happen.
Yes.
Unfortunately, but the majority not really.
And the funniest thing about guys like Randy, and even ourselves for the most part, but definitely Randy, whose income is a lot larger than ours, and the Jaguars players, they're not in those areas.
No.
Like, my neighborhood is so, I don't say friendly, but like, it's almost impossible to get away with something in my neighborhood. Not saying anything's impossible, but my neighbors are nosy. They're always out. Like, you got to have some brass balls to do something there. When I say always out, I have come to my house at literally every hour at night before on some random occasion, whether when I was coaching, I didn't get home till we were out of town. I didn't get home till 4. I've been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's all dark. You know what I've always seen every time I show up? Somebody's walking their dog.
Yeah.
On my street. Somebody's always there. The hurricanes happen, right?
Also, I have a neighborhood party.
Right. Yes, that too. The Mexicans down the street were partying. The Mexicans down the street were partying. But when the flood water, my street got flooded on the last one. It came all the way to my door. My guy Winston, my next door neighbor, which is also why I love. I'll go ahead and put it. My guy Winston, big flag for my guy 4-5. My neighbors to my left, big flag for Biden Harris. Both of them awesome people. Both of them my son goes over and hangs out with, and he does yard work with them. Both of them got my back. Winston puts on, I don't know if they were galoshes or what they were, but he comes up there, splish, 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 making sure that we knew if something that the water's rising and just be, made sure we were okay. Like, that ain't happened when I was in the hood. But what I'm saying is the Jaguar players will live in neighborhoods like that to where ain't nobody coming at you like that.
I will say, Blake got his car broken into when he left it unlocked in a nice neighborhood.
He left
Never
it unlocked.
forget that story.
But I'm saying you can't be
Shocking
stupid.
crime.
Now, there are stuff that happens. But even those people will tell you, like, I was out at a club and I closed the club.
Mm-hmm.
Which are things that I tell kids don't do. Don't close the club down. If the club closes at 2, leave at 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
And leave in a group, make sure somebody's holding.
Middle name for Randy Moss?
Gervais.
JJ?
Shaquille.
Gene.
But I just don't
Randy
understand.
Gene.
But, like, what I don't understand, like, why? Why?
I don't know why they named him Gene.
No,
no.
That too. But, like, why? Like, Trevor's coming here. It doesn't affect you. Herb says he wants to be
because
here.
He had nothing else.
That's
the reality. No, you know why? Because he's lazy and ignorant. That's why. And the only thing he knew to say was, I heard people getting shot in Duval, so I'm going to roll with that. And I don't want to say anything good about a team that just went 1-15. So I'm going to be an idiot, and I'm just going to spit something that's random.
It's just so, like, I was really mad,
Bump
and I'm
Randy?
glad I didn't have radio. But now I'm just concerned because
bump Randy. I ain't concerned for him.
I don't mean, but I'm concerned for
Randy's
guys.
been in plenty of these places.
You're right. Facts. Facts. It's like this. It's like me holding Randy accountable for getting kicked out of his second chance school for smoking weed when he knew he was on one strike. It's like me getting on Randy for running over a parking lot attendant and calling him a bad person. For all the numerous things that Randy Moss has done in his career, it's like me going back and holding him accountable for those things and not the new Randy Moss we've seen.
It's like if we got on here and anything he said, it's like, well, Randy, I don't mean your football player, I mean the person. You shouldn't listen to him because of this, and this, and completely taking away the fact that he's he's a 6-time Pro Bowler.
And the
like
fact
all
that
the stuff
he's
that
a
he's
dope
very
athlete.
qualified about.
He only
athletes.
made 6 Pro Bowls?
Yeah.
Jeez, that's terrible.
Yeah, I don't think he can.
He's an NFL 100th anniversary all-time team. Like,
I don't think he can call himself the best receiver of all time if he only made 6 Pro Bowls.
But guys, that's true. Like, if we can't say because of his problems off the field, he doesn't know what he's talking about football. It's like he shouldn't be saying stupid crap like this.
Like, I just
wants to hear himself talk.
Find it hard, like, and I hate doing the "what about Chicago" thing because I was joking about because Chicago has its issues, and I don't even think the Chicago thing gets overblown because if as many people have died in Chicago as they report every day, there shouldn't be any people left in Chicago. Like it's like the numbers just don't add up, man.
No,
but
it's always like 98 shootings this weekend.
Yeah,
last hour.
Yeah,
like what? Mother's Day weekend massacre.
Yeah. And my friend,
how many people are there?
South side of Chicago.
It's just like the South side of Chicago
Like,
should literally just be
sucks.
a war zone. Like,
yes.
And then I know people who live there. And like, no, it's nobody.
I would also rather live in Duval, even with rampant crime, than the mountains of West Virginia, Randy. Where you're from.
But here's the problem, though. And
So
here's what Randy did. Here's the problem. Is now when Randy comes to Duval.
Oh, we got to give it to you, dog.
That's what he's going to see.
We got to give you the business, dog. See, the problem. See, right now, Randy, it was going to be safe for you.
Oh, jeez.
Now he's screwed.
Now
he
we're
called
not
his
threatening
future.
Randy Moss, by the way.
Now we got to show you the bank him. No, it's not. We're not threatening him at all. I'm just saying, like, I'm telling him what people going to say. Be like, hey, cuz, That's Randy Moss, man. Remember when Randy was talking that?
It ain't
ish?
no getting up in those stands and thinking you're gonna run our tests us.
You sealed your fate, Randy. Like,
it's just my problem is when guys get up there who have a platform, who have an opportunity to say something intelligent. Well, but I guess Booger's not probably the best person.
Nothing's been said intelligent on ESPN in decades.
It's very true. Dang, that's a good point. I just think it could have been a time to just say if you have an issue with Urban coaching or if you have an issue with the Jaguar franchise.
Yep.
But
I think his original point was, I think, what he actually feels truly about, which is like the NFL people hate when college guys think they can come
and I think that's a fine
point.
In
our league.
But then when he said the other part, when he said violence, every city in the NFL besides Green Bay has to deal with this. He said Black Lives Matter, every city in the NFL has to deal with this except for Green Bay. COVID, I guess every city in the NFL, like everything
apparently that's only in Jacksonville.
Every city has to deal with this. But you made it seem like Jacksonville has a much more pointed problem than that. I mean, problem than everybody else, and that's the problem, and that's really where you just sound idiotic.
Man, so. You are not wrong about Green Bay. It sounds, other than the cold, their 2017 murder rate was 0 per 100,000.
The cold, though.
The 2018 murder rate was 0.95 per 100,000.
I'll risk it here.
Wow. All right, we got to take a break. Tennessee Volunteers trouble in Knoxville coming up next.
In your car or out of your car?
Get me out of this car.
Take 1010XL with you wherever you go.
We're online and ready.
By downloading our free 1010XL app. Available for all smartphones and tablets.
Hey, this is Coach Driscoll from UNF Men's Basketball. Our athletic department uses Southeast Orthopedic Specialists for our student athletes. If you want your kids to be treated like the pros, we highly recommend Southeast Orthopedic Specialists. Swoop!
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, where athletes are treated like pros.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
Like working outdoors and want better pay and benefits? Superior Fence and Rail is seeking full-time fence installers with pay ranging from $16 to $25 an hour and more with commercial experience. Superior Fence and Rail will train you to work with their professional team and provide you with all the tools you need to be a top-notch installer. Get off the fence. Call Superior Fence and Rail today and start your career.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Ocean Reef Pets now has a showroom that can actually show you how to build your own saltwater ecosystem. Tanks of all sizes on display to give you the ideas needed to build your own tank. Come sip a brew and learn from the best in the business. Ocean Reef Pets in Neptune Beach.
Are you looking for a safe live event experience?
There's nothing like seeing AEW live.
This Wednesday, Chris Jericho and the Inner Circle, the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes, the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega,
and this is completely out of control.
The AEW Tag Team Champions, the Young Bucks, Sting, and All Elite Wrestling returns to Daly's Place live.
Unbelievable!
Be a part of this unforgettable night.
And the fans love it.
Top Flight and Matt Sydal will team up to battle Matt Hardy and Private Party.
Oh, look out, my God!
The native beast Nyla Rose returns to action on Dynamite. And what will Vicky Guerrero have to say?
Listen to this crowd!
And what does Miro have planned for his new butler, Chuck Taylor?
And this crowd is loving him!
Plus, you won't want to miss Jon Moxley's return to action live and in person.
Are you kidding me?
Be part of the live audience and don't miss AEW Dynamite at Daly's Place. Physically distant seating in various numbered T-pods under state and local regulations plus CDC guidelines will make your experience a safe and memorable one. Tickets are on sale now and start at $20. Go to AEWTix.com or Ticketmaster.com. And remember, your safety always comes first.
You'll hear Pete Prisco, senior NFL writer for CBS Sports, every Friday on The Frangie Show, brought to you by Showtime, Sports Cards and Collectibles. RV memories begin at General RV, your premier RV dealer. At our Orange Park Supercenter, you'll find exclusive discounts and the largest selection of inventory. Our sales, service, and parts experts will help you camp with confidence. Bring home the RV of your dreams with our lowest payments ever and all-time low financing. Plus, we're giving you a trade-in bonus on top of your trade-in value. See why more than 1 million customers have trusted us since 1962. Go to GeneralRV.com or stop by General RV in Orange Park on Wells Road off 295.
Hey, this is First Coast YMCA Sports Commissioner Bert Cannon. Youth sports are back at the Y. We know that now, more than ever, our kids need to experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, flag football, and more. And now, youth sports are free with your family's YMCA membership. Kids Zone 2. Visit fcymca.org to learn all things Dad, Mom, and kids love to do at the Y.
Are you having trouble in the bedroom? If so, we can't help you. But if you're having trouble in the boardroom and your business needs a lift, Beeson4 can improve your performance with safe, effective digital marketing. Beeson4's PPC, social media, and SEO services stretch your marketing dollars, helping your budget last longer and your results grow stronger. Look, there's no magic pill. If you're not using digital marketing, you're probably falling flat. Let Beeson4 help get your business mojo on. Visit BESON4.com. That's Beeson4.com.
Business owners and CEOs, apply now for the Jacksonville Small Business Executive Program, designed to help you think differently and become more efficient running your business. This program is presented by the Jim Moran Institute for Global Entrepreneurship in Florida State University's College of Business. Offered at no cost. You'll meet once a month beginning mid-February. Apply before January 29th at jimmoraninstitute.fsu.edu. jimmoraninstitute.fsu.edu.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
It is the Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com. Make sure you get to thehumidor.com for all your cigar needs. Huge selection of cigars, already low prices. Type in Sports Den when you check out. You get 20% off of your order. That's the way to go. Randall, Gene Moss, you don't get the 20%.
No.
You don't type in Sports Den. You pay full price, sir.
You got it.
Yeah. Everybody else, you get your 20%. Type in Sports Den, all lowercase. Man, the text line blew up. The Tennessee Volunteer situation.
Actually, now I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
I forgot there was one person. Chris Winkie coaches.
Oh,
I forgot about Wink.
Let me put it this way. I know a lot about what's going on at Tennessee. I called James 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, you ain't gonna believe this. And I thought this was gonna happen last Monday. I thought a week ago I was told this was all gonna happen. So it lasted a week longer, which tells me that there were a bunch of legal things that they had to get through before they got to this. There was no choice here. It wasn't like a meeting that said, let's take a vote. Should we fire Jeremy Pruitt? That's not the situation. This could be, I'm just going to say this. I ain't going to say the teams. This could be the start of something spectacular in the SEC.
I can't wait. This could be the market. You know how they say the market corrects itself?
Yeah.
This could be the market correcting itself.
There's more than Tennessee involved with this.
Very much so.
And it's not the people you think it is. Like, it's not Alabama. It's not Florida. I'm going to say that. Okay? But
it can't be Florida. Florida doesn't need any more heat.
Florida already got theirs.
They already
got theirs. So, you're in the clear. But with what happened, if the chips fall the way that I was told they were going to, and so far what I was told has happened, there could be absolute fireworks in the SEC, and it could be amazing theater.
And then one other school, I just got a text that would make me happy, would make my heart glow.
Oh,
another school, another powerful, prominent school could compete in the SEC if they wanted to. might be involved in
They've
that.
put out the money to compete.
And they're faithful in their Christianity. Their church may cut. It could be. Bottom line is, in 20 years, not even 20 years, in 10 years, somebody could probably take these depositions that are going to get made, interview some people themselves, and create an amazing miniseries.
Oh,
based
without
off
a doubt.
this. It would have to go to Netflix because I don't think ESPN can handle this or anybody. But it would be so many lives are going to be shook up. And the great thing about all of this, none of it's really illegal. It's all just it's just under the NCAA is not right.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that the NCAA has got to be careful about right now. Like the NCAA, you may not want to shake many more of these trees because the SEC and the ACC and all them may just go, we don't need you.
We don't. And this is what I've been saying. The market always figures out a way to dictate itself. And the people who keep saying, well, they're getting their education. Well, this is why they need more. And because of things that are coming out here. And then.
Well, let's talk about that for a second, because I think that's like when you say the market dictates, like here's what I don't think people understand about the pay for play type of situation is if it was a situation where 100% of the players were currently playing for a scholarship and that alone, you would have an argument. But the people who say that, what you need to realize, 15% are getting bags.
Right.
It's not 80% like some people think.
And I'm going to be honest with you. They should.
Because there's a market for them to get them.
If my son is good enough.
See, Tennessee don't pay somebody unless somebody else is willing to.
If my son is good enough and you want my son to go to your school and you're not Florida State, you better be ready to drop a bag.
Man, even if you are Florida State, stop.
Yes. Because more than likely, I won't know that coach.
But here's the bigger point about that, though, James. Your son won't get a bag from one school.
He's going to get it from all of them.
There has to be a partner to get it back. Like there has to be, I'll give you this.
A competitor.
Right. So I'm going to give you. So that's the point. Like because Tennessee paid,
somebody
else offered.
It's pure capitalism. It's what's lovely about it. And it's not and it's also not bags in the way that you think that they're bags. It's not. Now, my family, your family, some of the listeners' families, somebody can give us $50,000 to $75,000, and we would be smart enough to be able to not go. Well, I mean, I could go buy tennis shoes because you can see my lifestyle wouldn't change that much because I'm used to getting paid in large sums of money anyway. You can't give somebody who ain't got nothing that much money. So what they typically do, utility bill needs to get paid. You get that JEA red card. Utility bill is automatically paid somehow. You need something taken care of. You need these things. There are some things that are understood and
you're about to be foreclosed on.
Yes, like all of a sudden, like one of my friends who coaches said, I don't want a kid who don't got I'm not recruiting a kid who ain't got a 3-day pay to vacate on their door. They're not hungry enough. The thing is that those are things that happen almost at every school. It's a very small amount of people, small amount of guys, and guys know who those guys are for the most part. And it's no hate. The real money comes, and again, it all balances itself out. When you perform your junior, senior year, you're getting agent money, which is a completely different type of money. Similar concept, just different. Especially if you're in the state of Florida, you don't snitch on the agent. Agent don't want to go to jail. They better not snitch on you. So it just all works itself out. So, I mean, but again, if you're not good enough, then which most of these guys aren't, don't worry about it.
415 says if they're going to get paid, they need to pay their own tuition, their own food, their own rent. See, that you don't understand. You don't understand.
Okay, now hold on.
You don't understand capitalism.
You don't understand Pell Grant.
No, it's true.
My college, like people say that my college tuition and most people's college tuition is not more than $2,800 a semester. You know what's $2,800 a semester? The Pell Grant for poor kids. You know who's out there running around catching those passes? The poor kids. Like, for the most part. So, I mean, let's just relax.
Well, just by the time you get done with financial, all financial.
By the time you're done with the financial aid, it's already it could be paid for.
Right.
So, like, people say those things like, what's expensive about college is your housing for the most part. But you can figure that part out.
There's some out-of-state tuition that's crazy, man.
But they can dictate and switch that. If they switch you to an independent, because I know a lot of people who did this the regular way. They come work for a semester, go independent. Now they're in state. There's a million and one different things. If you're saying that, it makes me question, did you go to college? Like, have you really paid for your own college? And not the fluffy stuff for your kid to be able to go live their best life, but like what the books were, what all these things are. Plus, most of these big schools have what's called have endowments. Like, there's a booster literally writing the check for that. Like, Florida State's halfway there. Alabama, I think, is 100% there. Hell, did you know that some schools have people sponsor the coaches?
No.
Like, it's wild. It's wild so many things they can do. But
I heard Sark had a sponsor.
I can't say anything about that. I won't go there. No, there will be no more Sark drunk slander anymore.
We got to take our final break. We'll be right back to wrap up the sports bit.
1010XL takes you inside the program director's office with Dan and Jeff.
You said you were going to do a new show. That was the same show.
Mornings
You can't be magical friends with yourself.
on 1010XL.
Fine.
Remember, folks, a healthy you starts with a healthy home. Zero Res stands ready to help. Zero Res is offering 20% off all tile cleaning and sealing. That's 20% off. Look now because this offer won't last long. Zero Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
I'm Nathan. My job gave me a lot. It gave me an income to support my family. It gave me purpose and pride. But the secondhand smoke there triggered my severe asthma attacks, infections, and lung damage. And I never smoked. It was so bad that my doctor told me I shouldn't work there anymore. I had to quit my job. But the damage was done. Now I'm so sick, I can't do much of anything I used to love to do. I don't referee youth basketball anymore. I don't run or lift weights. It's too much for my body to take. Instead, I'm taking breathing treatments or oxygen. I guess you could say my job gave me a lot. So let me give you a tip. Don't let people tell you that working around secondhand smoke is safe.
Call 1-877-YOU-CAN now or visit tobaccofreeflorida.com to quit your way. Developed by CDC.
Has someone you care about been arrested or had their driver's license taken away? I'm Susan Cohen, and I work with David Robbins at the law firm of Epstein & Robbins. We are experienced fighters for those charged with DUI, domestic violence, and all criminal offenses. In 2017, I was named the DUI Gladiator of the Year by the Florida Association of Criminal Defense Lawyers. In your battle with the justice system, there's only one thing you need to know. Dial David 24/7 at Epstein & Robbins, 354-5645.
Of course, Roland Reach Plumbing has awards from Folio Weekly and the Bold City's Best. Now, Roland Reach is also confirmed as the Google Guaranteed Plumbing Service. Because when you do plumbing right, the word gets around. That's Roland Reach Plumbing.
AC making noise? Not working like it used to? Whether replacing or servicing your AC unit, you can count on Lloyd's Heating and Air. They have trustworthy technicians who are clean and reliable. With top brands like Carrier, turn to the experts. Large rebates and several financing options are available now, like 6 months or 12 months, same as cash, coupled with rebates on certain machines. Call today for details. Only at Lloyd's Heating and Air. Lloyd'sHeatingandAir.com.
No one outfits golfers better than Edwin Watts Golf Shops. We've been fitting golfers since 1968. Utilizing cutting-edge fitting technology, we'll analyze your swing and our Foresight launch monitors and fit you with the perfect club, pair of shoes, the latest golf apparel, golf balls, bags, and more. So come by today for your complete custom fitting. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee.
When a high school student does well in athletics and academics, they deserve a pat on the back. Meet the High School Scholar Athlete of the Week. Wednesdays on The Frenchie Show. Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists and the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234.
Frank Frangie here for Big Chief Tire. Your family's safety is important to the experts at Big Chief Tire. Don't let your vehicle's needs become out of sight and out of mind. Big Chief Tire's trusted team of experienced technicians will provide a free estimate after a vehicle inspection, so you can get back on the road and drive with confidence at a price that suits your budget. Verify your vehicle's safety before you get behind the wheel. Visit any of their 4 convenient Jacksonville locations or schedule an appointment by visiting BigChiefService.com.
Regain your edge. The board-certified surgeons of Ortho Edge are practicing at St. Vincent's Riverside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Brimsley. If you have a sports injury or if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain, let us at Ortho Edge help you regain your edge. We want you to get back to living life to your best, and we have the patient-focused experience and technology to deliver the results. See one of our physicians today at Ortho Edge.
Now accepting new patients, visit orthoedge.com.
So you didn't get the perfect present last month. Well, it's not too late. Mystic Cornhole Company is open and still builds custom high-quality cornhole boards right here in Jax. Visit their shop on Phillips Highway and see their design at mysticcornholecompany.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
Tell you the difference between me and them. They're trying to get their
You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
I think we may have Ian Book joining us on Thursday.
Nice.
I know there's a certain texter that's very excited about that.
Yeah, I'll know for sure Wednesday. I'm going to shoot Mincy a text, see if we can get him on.
Dude, that'd be so great.
Because he played with Urban. He's told some Urban stories.
I love Mintz, man. Mintz was that. COVID messed that up. We had some good chemistry going, man.
Yeah. So we need to get Mintz back in here to tell some good Urban Meyer stories. So we'll try to do that this week too. That's where like the Wednesday at 9:00 messes us up. Yeah. I ain't trying to get anybody here at 9:00 on Wednesday.
Nah, we got to do.
Mincy's a Friday.
That's a petty Friday. I was about to call it something else. That's definitely an effing Friday.
Yeah.
Petty Friday type thing.
Yeah.
Ian seems more like because we need Ian to get a job. So Thursdays are good.
Yeah. No, Ian's. Yeah.
Yeah, we need Ian to.
Yeah.
Can't ruin his career yet.
Yeah, so we'll talk about Monte when he gets.
Oh no. He's got great story. I think he's cool with talking about that stuff.
Oh, we definitely going
just
that.
Yeah. Well, I guess he still got to play against the dude.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not going to make him. He's not going to go try to defend the honor of his fake dead girlfriend.
Where is he at right now on like draft boards?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Third day guy.
What's the second day? Is that second,
third
round?
Third, yeah.
No, I thought it was first, second.
First day is
second and third.
Round.
You're right. Second and third, and the fourth and the rest of them.
I don't know. I'm looking at it now. He can spin it. He can definitely spin it. I'll tell you that. See, yeah, they're saying third to fifth.
Okay. You know what? I've got legit questions to ask him about Miguel Brown.
Oh no, it's actually said as high as the fifth. He's better than some fifth round guys lately.
I want to know what he thought about the new FSU.
The new and improved.
I got questions. I want to know like the defense.
Did y'all play them, or is that one of the schools that you did?
No, we played. No, and our fans were like, we fought them hard for a quarter.
Oh yeah.
And then it got out of hand.
I remember that.
So I just want to know his opinions. I'm excited about that. Let's go, Ian.
Yeah, so we're working on that for Thursday. Come hang out for about an hour.
Ravens release Mark Ingram.
Oh, so long. All right, let's get out of here. We'll be back Wednesday night, 9:00. Share the SoundCloud. Tell your friends. We appreciate you guys. Have a good evening.